Hello
Yeah.
everyone.
So,
All right, the digital painting. It is basically similar as painting, but only you will use that as a medium, a digital medium, right? It has every tools which you will get in the real world in order for to do the paintings and everything. So generally, when we go for a digital paint, we normally use it in the movie industry and the video gaming industry, most of it. Other than that, it is also used in the fashion industry as well. So in the movies industries and in video gaming industry, basically we use it to do the concepts art and the illustrations for the movies and everything. Okay, so today we are going to basically go for the digital paint, and directly we are going to go for the paint, and apart from that, the knowledge and the theory will be after the this practical session. All right, so basically for this paint, I am going to be using a Wacom tablet, a digital pen tablet, which is able to. It is very good to do the digital paints and stuff. And the softwares I'm gonna be using the most Photoshop, which is the mostly widely used software for the digital paints and stuff. All right, so for this work we are going to be. I'm directly diving into the project, right? So, if there is any queries or if there is any question regarding my workflow, regarding any softwares or the technical questions, you guys can please type that on the chat panel. आप directly chat panel में भी type कर सकते हैं. You can directly type that on chat panel, and our faculties and our experts will be there to handle all those technicals. After that, after the session, we will be arranging a small 10 to 12 minutes of Q&A session. If there is any queries, you can directly ask to me. All right. So for this, to start digital painting in Photoshop, so we are going to be creating a digital paint for about A3 size page, that is 4K res. All right. So it's very simple in Photoshop. You will get all the presets over here. So I'll just go for the A3 size, and I'm gonna be using a landscape mode, right? So you can directly turn that in image rotation 90 degrees. You will get this system. Now to arrange, right? Isme whenever you start working in the digital pen tab, you need to be turning off your touchpad, because currently in this touchpad it's all touchy and everything. Other than that, you need to be doing some settings for your brushes. All right, so I'm going to be using these brush tool, and let me just change the shape of the brush, and I'm going to be using this shape. This is basically 60 number of default brush which you will find inside of Photoshop. You can press F5 in order to see that it's a 60 number brush, and you can change the size. Why I am doing this? Basically, it is very good to sketch around the concepts. If you wanted to do the sketching and stuff and to generate a concept, you can go for this one. So I'm going to be using this black color in order to create any concept. So first of all, today we are going to be creating a character sheet, which is basically an art form basically used in the video games and movies industry a lot. It is a character illustration, which will be normally when we start a concept, when we work on these stories, we normally create these characters at front, and then above it we create the blueprints and everything. But for the start, we are going to go and create the illustrations of the character. So for this, I'm just starting with a simple sketch concept. And first of all, for this sketch concept, I'm gonna be creating a perspective. So lot of perspective drawings are there also. So first of all, I'll be creating this illustration, and I will be going for the perspective drawings. These are basically the lines which are going to tell me about the idea of the environment which I'm going to be using for my character. I'll just be illustrating a simple environment. I'm just getting the idea of the environment on which I'm going to be creating my character. All right, so I'm gonna be using this as a diagram, as a foundation to create my characters and the environment. This is a basic skeleton sketch. When you know create your whatever human, alien, whatever character you wanted to create, you need to be creating this skeleton first. That will be giving you the idea of the position of the character and the place where it is going to be located, and the direction and the angle will be there. So I'm just creating this to get the feel of the character. Let me just select this, and I'm just gonna change its gesture, tilt it a bit. So these perspective lines are there to help me around to create a good perspective, the angle and the depth in my artwork. Now put opacity a little bit less in order to add some more details in your character. Put it like 50% opacity, and then start painting over character again. So my concept is that I'm creating a character which is from 1930s Victorian era, right? Very old, sort of classic character. His outfit and everything will be from that era. So for that, basically, what artist does, they actually get the references out, right? The references images in order to get the actual feel and idea of the um, character's fashion and everything, right? So first you have to uh, have a reference gallery, have all the images which you will be needing in order to which gives you the information of your particular character, its fashion, its style and everything will be there. So I'm just creating this one as a character which is from very old times, and then we are going to put that character in a bit of modern or futuristic world. I'm not sure, but let's see which era I'm gonna put it on, right? So let's see. Let's put this to the depth. Now, in order to get a little more control over the strokes and everything, just flip it in order to get the actual mirror image of it, and you can see all those mistakes normally we do by creating only one side of it. So if there are some portions which I be needing to remove, I'll be going for an erase that again, and let's see, we'll give it a point over here. And this character is basically from one of my web comics, so I'm gonna give it its face. The series is basically based on the horrors of the legends, where this character actually fights with all the ghosts of legends which we normally see, just like Slendermans and everything. Now we'll create the idea of the environment. So let's just draw these environments over here. I'm adding a vending machine over here, of some future sort of world. All right. So now the sketching portion, when we do the, when the sketching portion will be completed, then after that we will be starting with the painting section. Now, how to start with the paints? First of all, merge all of these, so, so that you can, give this a little bit of lesser opacity, and then you can start painting on it. Take a new layer, put it right over here, and start with not the color but the shades. All of the gray scales, the black and whites are there. First, define the lights of your particular scene. So, for this, I'm actually giving it a 40% of shades. So, I'm just gonna give 40% of gray, and I'm gonna put it right over it, alt backspace, in order to give this particular scene a background. And then after that, I'm gonna be starting painting the darker shades. So 40 will be uh, the base, and then I will be starting the darker shadows, that will be 30%. So I'm just gonna put it 30%. So we'll be starting putting the shadows, lights and everything over here. Draw only the uh, darker shadows first, which you think will be the most dark. So let's just put it some really dark shadows over here. Just an idea of it, and then we're gonna do the second layer of darkness. Put all the details over the characters as well. So the typical idea would be that like this will be the light source. All of these portions are providing the light source. So opposite of it will be the shadows. So I'm just gonna put shadows over here. Put this one off so that we can completely put the shadows over the character. Now we're going to draw the light areas, which is going to be 60, because 40 will be was our base area. So I'm just gonna draw these. Now we're gonna change our brush to very smooth rounded brush over here, which is soft rounded. It is for the reflections. You can use this for reflections and the edges of, in order to smooth the edges of the lights. Let's just turn off our sketch, and we can see that lights are in proper place. Solidifying the structure, right? some strong structure so that I could see all the lights and everything. Alright, so let's turn off this sketch, and now the details over the character, the shadow details, and then after that we're gonna go for the color. On my lights and shadow layer, I'm just adding the highlights. Some specular on the edges, highlights on the edges. Now for the other side, go to flip and see whether after when you're done with the details, when you know done with all these, then you can start putting colors over it. So let me just put some of these lights and shadow details over here. Now let's just put colors over it. So for the colors, you can directly select this one, a new layer, and then give it a color blending mode from Photoshop. Photoshop blending modes, right? From the color blending mode, and then start putting all the colors inside of it. So I'm just using this first of all the details of my character. I'm gonna put it right over there here. I'm gonna select this one, this brush. Size about here. The character has a mask over it, so I'm using this as a white color, and then we'll select some skin colors, but we are going to put those colors right over the color blending mode layer. For this one, we can go on for multiply. Now for the vending machine, let's just add another layer. Give it a color blending mode. Now if I wanted to put a little bit of darkish tone, I'm gonna select this my gray scale layer, and I'm gonna press Ctrl L, and then I could be arranging its tones and uh, the shades, the lights and shadows can be arranged with this. We can add some more darkish tones over here, some soft brown brush in order to get a dark shadows, some soft dark shadows over here. Select a new layer, give it a blue color. Now I'm going to provide a little bit of tint in my particular artwork. So I'm going to provide a blue color, very small tint. Then I'm going to take another layer, put it a color orange, and this will be working as a warm tone for me. Now these warm tone and cool tone idea will actually gives your particular scene a certain mood. So every time when you try to add tints and tones, always go for two-thirds and one-third ratio. If your scenario, the scene, which contains two-thirds of whites, and if you put in two-thirds of blue in it, the image will ultimately turn into a cool one. But if you use two-thirds of red in your particular image, the colors which is having a dominance of red, it will automatically turn the particular image into a warm tone. So always go for this ratio, that if you have a two-thirds of warm tone, then put blue tones or cool tones inside of the one-third ratio. All right, so go for that first. Like this is the darker areas will be my cool tone areas. I'm just putting that up. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of blur into it. So I'll go for filter, blur, Gaussian blur, in order to get the edges of my shadows will be soft. Press OK, and then I'll be giving it a lesser of a fill. Let's detail this particular vending machine. Right, let's add some textures, some dark green textures with the opacity less with the lesser flow. Now let's just take this image, add some water over here. Let's add some object over here, and that's a bit of concept. And I'm just adding some of the warm lights over here. Give it a little bit of now just give some glowing lines. I'm just gonna give these glowing lines into this character. Some glows over here. Some glows over here. Just click once more, give it a outer glow for the red color. Now I could just select this. I could remove all that lines, or either I could give them a very little bit of opacity so that I could get little bit lines over here. And I'm gonna put some curves over here and bit of contrast. Now let's just go and select the ellipse and again go to get the curves and add some of the lights over here, and then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. That will be creating some soft lights for the eyes and everything. And you can even control them however they want and how much reds you want, how much yellowish you want them to be lit. Now I'm gonna select this burn tool over here and start painting over my lights and shadows in order to arrange them a bit more. Now it's too much lit and I wanted this to be a bit dark area, so I'm just gonna select my curve layer one more. I'm gonna put it somewhat like this much, and then I'm gonna be giving it a mask so that I could show only that area which I wanted it to be darkened up. And its shadow needs to be a little bit more darker. Alright, so we had added all the lights and shadows and the curves. We can use some more curves in order to add however realistic we wanted it to be, the lights and shadows I'm talking about. And you can always put the glows and everything over your image. So I'm just putting a little bit of lighter more. You can spend n number of time, alright, however you want. But normally when I create video games and when I create all this my web comics and everything, I normally use this one, and then after that I put all the sketches over it, right? In order where I find it that the scene or the structure is lacking somewhere, then I will be sketching over it in order to get the prominent shape. So I hope you guys like what I just created, right? And that is how you do a digital painting. These techniques are mostly used for the character illustrations, which we had done right now. It gives the idea of the character and also gives you the idea of what genre we are working on, right? It gives you the idea of the scene setup and also for the um, on which you wanted to show your story, that how what your story will be. So it will give you the exact feeling of your story. All right, so the process you guys have seen earlier which we had created is called basically digital painting. or it's the art of digital painting, where you can paint digitally on a computer with the help of softwares and the tablets. It's an emerging art form in which traditional painting techniques such as watercolors, oils, impasto, etc. are applied using digital tools. Yes, Photoshop can able to create oil paste as well, acrylic paste as well. All of those tools are there inside of Photoshop, through which you can get the desired output. So digital painting is now a new thing, not a new thing, it's been there for like years now. It's about 10 to 12 years people are using these as a medium where you can create your concepts art and environment art. Since the start, when we started working, we used to work on the papers and pencils in order to get the concepts art. But nowadays Photoshop is capable enough to create the whole scenario of a particular project. It could be movie, it could be video game, or it could be comics, it could be a web comics, anything. Whichever you wanted to work, first you need to be working on the concepts, and that Photoshop is there through which you can create all that. Scope scope of the digital painting industry is basically very vast. Normally it's not only these 4 points. These 4 points are whole career of artists, through which they could find their own stuffs, like in the visual development, game, animation, editorial, retail, comic, infographics. Everywhere nowadays, people are needing people who can actually create the plans. A concept artist or a character designer, an environmental artist, concept and production artist, storyboard artist, and illustrator. These guys actually saves a lot of time of the production, because at the production point, whenever you do a slightly change, it will cost your production quite a lot. Over here in this in the pre-production section, in the planning section, concept artist creates each and every detail thousands of times, and they did not cost that much in comparison to the production. Because if you create the whole character over it, or the 3D model over this particular concept, right, and if you wanted to do any sort of changes, that will cost a lot when we talk in terms of production changes. But if we do the pre-production changes, that won't be that much of a cost. So you will find a lot of career scopes in the pre-production section as well. A concept artist, character concept artist, is basically a person who generates visual design of a character. A character, it could be anyone. The part and the job of this character concept artist would be that the person has to be known for the characters anatomy, and also the person has to show the character's expression and the character's mood as well, that what type of a character it is. If it is an arrogant character, if it is an sad and shallow, or might be an very aggressive character, right? So a character concept artist creates everything of a single character, each and every details. Either it could be anything, it could be also the fashion of the particular character as well. There is environment and prop designer also. Environment and prop designers are the person who basically creates the environment and feel of the uh, basic environment, the background of the movie. Either it could be a game or whatever project. The whole environment can be displayed in a single image, and also these artists actually creates whole sheet of it, and also the details of the props as well. Okay, they could also create the single benches, they would create the artistically boards, or either it could be anything, whatever they wanted to specify in their environment. They has to design that particular object as well, the props as well. Concept and production artists basically are the person who actually works on basically for the productions. They actually help production artists, or the person who works on the 3D softwares or on the productions. And these concept and productions artists are actually gonna interact with them and create something which is gonna help them work in their production, such as concepts art of a character. And not only this one, not this character concept art, but actually a blueprint where you will find the characters front side, back side, left side, front side. From all the directions, you will see the character in order to get the production people get the idea of the actual idea of the particular character. The storyboarding artists are basically the person who actually create these comics like structures for the um directors. It is actually basically the director's vision, which is basically gonna convey to every artist, every production artist. Okay, so storyboarding artists are the person who actually draws whole scene, the camera, the angle, everything. They're gonna provide to this their art, and that is basically used for everyone in the production section, so that they could create the actual video or the actual scene of that particular uh, movie or a story. So these artists are basically creates all these comic like structures to help the people learn about the story and the vision of their director or the art director. All right, so these are the scopes basically in the digital painting process, and there are a lot of things in this field which I'm afraid we cannot tell you right now, but we will definitely do some more sessions regarding these, and then we will let you know about it. If there is any questions, please do ask.
So I want to know, like, is this how like concept artists like they do like first like visualize and then create all those concepts? So
Yes, exactly, Sonali. This is how a concept artist will work. This is the initial stage. What a concept artist does, basically, it creates, or he or she creates the blueprints of the characters or the environment or whatever we are creating, just to uh, fasten up the process of production. So whenever we start working on the movies or video games, first we need a planning. So concept artists are the ones who are on the front line, who are creating the concepts and ideas of the story. So if you get the idea of the scene from this image, and you will get the idea of the character, now you can work on the character concepts art. The more details of the characters are to be put in the character sheet. Normally we people used to put all those sheets over there. The artist creates the character sheets where you will get the expression and the every detail of the character, right from its expression, from its structure, its build, its fashion, everything. Everything will be there. So concept artist's work is exactly same which we had done right over here right now.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
सर
Yes,
इस
please
आर्ट में वो
ask.
नीली लाइन क्यों है उसके पैर के पास?
पैर के पास?
हेलो.
या
यस
या
सर. वो जो ब्लू लाइन है वो किस लिए था?
Oh, that is basically I gave a hint of idea. I was to create a that um, a paint line basically.
ओके.
जो Yeah, my concept was to create a futuristic line over there. I was to add some glows over there, but because of the shortage of time, I didn't go there. I just give it a hint there, which I which basically I'm gonna be enhancing on the later on stuff. So that is why I just gave a simple line over there. Thank you so much for your time and effort which you guys had put over here.